Let's bring in Karim so that he gives us some figures, regarding what we saw yesterday and what we should be expecting. Yeah. How do you call this walk? I like it, like a lot more of your shoulders coming forward and all of that.
Did Multimedia pay a special model for the way you coach how it works?
Well, we'll find that out.
We have to. And this is he doesn't walk in a circle when coming on set.
Yeah.
The straight line.
The straight line. Yeah.
I started doing tutorials.
Karim,
yes,
let's go.
To think,
yes,
is very easy, but to act is hard. But the hardest thing in the world is to act in accordance with how you think. That is according to the German writer, Goethe.
Very well.
Yesterday's game between South Africa and Nigeria, the coaching from South Africa was excellent, almost to perfect. But how to execute what he asked them to implement, that's what failed them. Because there was no way with those chances South Africa got, they shouldn't have been scoring at least 2 goals in the first half. And even with that, if they had failed to score those towards the end of the game, that open goal,
no doubt.
How did he miss that? So to act in accordance with how you think, it's not easy.
It's hard.
That's what failed.
Hard in capital letters.
You're trying to say Mudau got into the free ban yesterday.
Yes. See, when you get the ball, he's trying to think, but the thinking is not thinking.
It's not thinking.
So let's look at the stats from the South Africa vs Nigeria game. Nigeria, we've become used to them having less of the ball, but they are dangerous when they have it. South Africa having 60% of the ball in this game, that is the highest they've managed in this game. That is because of the kind of players they have in their defense and their back line. They have ball-playing centre-backs and midfielders. If you are looking at the chart of the players with the most passes in that game, you are ranking from 1 to 8, all of them being South Africans. That is the kind of players, how cohesive they are. They know each other. And the kind of the interchanges they make, that is how come they dominated Nigeria this match in this game. But Nigeria don't need possession to win the game, as they've shown throughout after that draw versus Equatorial Guinea. Let's look at expected goals. Both teams here, Nigeria had 1.49 expected goals. It means that they were just expected to score 1 goal with the chances they had. And they did just that from the penalty spot. But South Africa were expected to score 2 goals at least, but they managed to do just 1 because of how poor they are in their finishing. They basically shot themselves in the foot. They should have won the game, no need to go on penalties. They were thinking that maybe Rowan Williams can come up for them again. But this time, the magic failed him. Let's look at shots. Nigeria had 6 shots on target out of a total of 14 they've attempted. The same for South Africa. They also had 14 shots, 5 of them on target. I'm interested in South Africa's shots on target. This is 5. Throughout the tournament, they've attempted 30 shots on target. It means that, and they've scored 6 goals. To score a goal, it means they need 5 shots on target to score a goal. You cannot win the AFCON with this. That's poor. Big chances created. You created 2 big chances, South Africa, Nigeria 3. With Osimhen, we know that this tournament is not his. He can't score.
He's left scoring boots.
Yes.
Well, but he has come in to do a lot of important things for Nigeria.
That's very true.
There's no doubt about
the
that.
kind of inspiration he provides is really key in what they do. So I'm moving on to the pass maps of the 2 teams. That is basically where the story of the game is. Nigeria, as we know them to be, they like to play the long balls and go on the counter. This is how dispersed their passing map is. They like to go long from the goalkeeper to this way. This is how dispersed it is for Nigeria. But if you go to South Africa, let's move on to South Africa's pass map. How connected it is, how cohesive their passing is, very close to each other. It means that the players know each other and understand each other. What I'm interested in South Africa's pass map is how the players that each player is passing the ball to. Throughout this tournament, they've been the team with the most shots coming from direct attacks. This is South Africa's pass map. This basically explains why they have most of the possession, but if you are looking at the attacking momentum, they didn't pose so much danger for Nigeria, though they had their moments. The ball was played basically in their own half. And the kind of direct attack I'm talking about, it means that they were trying to play the ball from their own half to find an attacker and force mistakes from the defense of Nigeria. This is the pass map. This is Modiba. From here, he found Pesitao 7 times. This is Mvala. He's also found Pesitao 6 times. This is Kekana. He's also found Pesitao 2 times. And this is the right back, forgotten his name. Modao. He's the player that has found Pesitao the most times in that game, and that is 13. It means that these players are closer to Pesitao, but the players behind at the back and in the midfield, they are looking for Pesitao more the most. That is the kind of strategy they went into the game with, to flow the balls to him, and he was basically acting as sort of a register that the balls bounce, it's either the ball bounce off him or he tries to go direct at the defenders. And we saw in that moment when he attempted that shot from inside the box and he didn't go. He also bounced one off for Makopa, and he also attempted and basically was denied by how good the Nigerian goalkeeper Stanley is.
Nwabali.
Yes, Nwabali. So let's look at the stats of Nwabali. Basically,
Karim, before you go to Nwabali, the other problem that I identified was that, and if they can show us the pass maps again for South Africa, while the voluminous passes from deep into Pesitao were not condemnable, the problem was that the other distribution or exchange of passes between the immediate supporting cast, here in case the midfield, and then Pesitao himself, good, thank you very much, were not significant in the sense that when they occurred, they occurred in the negative, as in back passes, and not, say, a sequence of passes, progressive passes. So you'd find a very minute percentage of forward passes or progressive passes, as you could put it, from the supporting cast. And even from Pesitao himself, when he had to make those passes, it was often with his back turned to goal and trying to send the ball back into midfield.
Well, okay, let's just quickly take a look at Nwabali. And once again, we'll talk about the shape of his head on the lighter side. Inyama had a similar shape of head.
Yes.
And Peter Rufai. Yeah, with a little bit of a punk there. Okay, let's go through.
The man looks like a proper hustler.
Yeah.
That's why he's
even Tony Silva of Senegal.
Yeah.
That's why he's very serious on the pitch.
Yeah.
The difference between South Africa at this tournament and in 2021 is the goalkeeper.
Very well.
The difference in this game is how good Nwabali is. In this game, he's made 4 saves. That is the second highest he has made at this tournament, apart from that game against Guinea-Bissau, where he made 5 saves. Again, he acted as a sweeper once. That means that he has a lot of awareness in him when the ball is coming, acting as a thief or sieve centre-back for Nigeria. He comes out of his line. When there's danger, he clears it. And the most important one in the game, saving 2 penalties to send Nigeria into the final.
Wow. Stanley Nwabali.
He's been doing a lot of stats pattern. A lot of the saves he's made are routine saves. Yesterday.
What is important, Victor? What is important is that the guy has gotten the job done.
Yes.
So they are in the final.